What is up, everyone? Thank you for the warm responses on the last video. For today's video, we are going to talk about dog and Bastet. So this is the dog and cat duo in cooking battle. I would like to thank my subscribers. We are now at 33. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. So this has been a request from you guys. So here it is. I told you I'm reading the comments. First, let's go with Dog. So Dog is a werewolf that when you use his ability Full Moon, he transforms into a werewolf. The skill's cooldown is around 18 seconds. The wolf form lasts for 8 seconds only. This is good for 2 ingredients. So during this werewolf form, he immediately chops any ingredient that he is holding without the need of a chopping board. Basically, it's like a chop anywhere button. A downside on this is that you won't be able to serve dishes when you are in werewolf form. Let us go through Dog's perks. For level 4 perks, you have increased the ability duration by 28%. This increases the 8 seconds into around 10 seconds. That is still good for 2.5 chopped ingredient. Again, it's not that good compared to other choppers. Another option is the increased movement speed by 5%. It's not much of an addition, in my opinion. For level 7 perks, increase debuff resistance by 20% and charge your ability by chopping. For level 10 perks, increase chopping speed by 20% when moving and get 30% extra tips when serving a dish. Getting this 30% extra tips when serving a dish is also nonsense because if you are in wolf form, you won't be able to serve a dish. So instead, you are better off just chopping and let your teammate serve. If you happen to be a level 10 dog, I recommend getting the increased ability duration by 28%, charging your ability by chopping, and then increase chopping speed by 20% when moving. By then, I think if you have a level 10 dog, you may be able to match the speed of other choppers. So what is my verdict for Dog? Dog right now isn't quite as useful as other choppers, but you may still use him if you like him. I won't be stopping you. There's a reason why Dog is not common in ranked matches. It's because Dog falls short compared to other choppers like Jack, Ishin, and Bastet. I would rather choose Jack. Comparing it to Jack, Jack only needs less than a second to chop 2 ingredients. Okay, next up, Bastet. So I mentioned this is a 2-in-1 chef review. We have talked about Doug. This time we are talking about Bastet. So Bastet is this cat chef in cooking battle who seems to like selfies. Her skill is called Sharp Claws. So Bastet's skill has an active and passive effect on it. Before we dive into Bastet's perks, we have to first discuss the 2 ways to play Bastet.
A few inches later.
As I mentioned, there are 2 ways to play Bastet because of her skill. Depending on what you want to utilize, the passive or the active, it may really depend on the map. This is the first way to play Bastet. So Bastet passive is that she has a really low chance of chopping the ingredient by just picking it up. Let's try that. First with a single ingredient. So there you go. By a slim chance, you are able to chop it without using the chopping board. A tip on using that effectively is by using 2 ingredients instead of 1. So you just switch the 2 until 1 gets chopped. And you just spam the action button until one gets chopped. This is by luck, of course. If you are lucky, you may be able to chop it immediately. But if you are unlucky, it may take some time. Do note that if the skill is not yet full, the passive will not work. Even if you do this all day, if the skill is not yet ready, you won't be able to get a chopped ingredient. See? It only worked when the skill is ready. So the next way to play Bastet is by using the active skill. So this really depends on the map. For you to use this, you must have a really wide map because you would be setting up the ingredients. Like so. And then if you use the active ability, everything that Bastet touches will immediately get chopped. Let's do it. This is only effective if the map is huge so that you could lay out a lot of ingredients before using the active ability. So if the map is small, you are better off using the switching thing. Now that we have talked about Bastet's active and passive skill, let us go into her perks.
No need for Photoshop at all.
For level 4 perks, increase the trigger chance of the passive effect by 3%. And then increase the ability duration by 50%. So this is why I wanted to talk about the active and passive skills first.
No need for Photoshop at all.
If you want to optimize the passive skill and rely on your luck when swapping ingredients, I recommend that you take this upper perk. And if you plan to use the active skill, I recommend this increasing the ability duration by 50%. For level 7 perk, charge your ability by chopping and increase the buff effect and duration by 20. So on either way, I recommend picking the charge your ability by chopping so that it could be ready as soon as possible. For level 10 perks, get 1 extra ability reserve point and get 30% extra tips when serving a dish. So I recommend get 1 extra ability reserve point for level 10 so that you could use this skill more often. And since you are a chopper, you won't be serving much, so the extra tips won't be as useful. So how do you like these chefs now? I am so sorry that dog isn't quite much. But Bastet, I see potential in Bastet. If you enjoyed this video, I will upload soon. If my network is better, I would try to upload more gameplays. And again, give me your feedbacks. I really appreciate it. And thank you for spending time to watch this video. Thank you for watching.